Well, hey there. Thanks for joining me. So, I wanted to share today in a pretty quick video why I decided to join Team Beachbody as a coach, how I first got started, and why down the road it became the best choice for my family and I to leave my full time job outside the home and stay home with our children and build a business, why I became an entrepreneur, why I decided to take this business from a discount level coach, just as a customer enjoying the great products, to an actual business that I could run and be the CEO of and just take it to unimaginable heights. So, again, thanks for joining me. If you haven't checked out my personal journey and like my health and fitness journey, that video, I would really encourage you to do that. And then maybe come back and watch this because that really explains how I got started, the transformation that I had in terms of recovering from an eating disorder and learning to create healthier habits that would help me put the necessary weight back on I needed to be healthy. That's my journey. And so I would love for you to take a couple minutes to watch that just so you can better understand where I'm coming from. And if you know my journey, then awesome, welcome. So let's dive in. So really for me, I started with Beachbody as a coach. Several years ago, really just as a customer, loved the product, started doing Turbo Jam was the first program I did. And then I moved on to P90X and loved that and started drinking Shakeology. And Shakeology really helped me see food differently, just feel the difference that fueling my body the right way, how that made me feel, how that made me look, and how it really changed my body. So I'm forever grateful for that program and that product for helping me turn things around. And I've been drinking it ever since. And I've been doing program after program for years. There was a time where I was actually working full time in the health and fitness industry. And so I was teaching a lot of classes, and I still do teach. I'm a PIO Live instructor, and I teach a lot of other group fitness classes here and there around the local area. But there was a time where I was training for different things, and I still enjoyed running. But I always loved coming back to Beachbody programs. They always just felt kind of like home for me. I loved working out at home in my own space, just sweating, just kind of losing myself in that activity. So for me, it was just always something that I circled back to. And so when we had our first son, I stayed home for a little bit with him and then decided to go back to work. There was an opportunity for me to come back. If you don't know me personally, my husband travels a lot for his job. And so he was gone all the time. And with our first son, I didn't really want to leave my job, but because of my husband's travel schedule, it was just really, there was no way that I could continue to work that schedule that was, kind of necessary for me at the time and have a baby. It just wouldn't work. So I walked away from that and stayed home for a little bit. And honestly, I wasn't really happy. I didn't think I wanted to be home with my kids. And so I went back. An opportunity came up and I went back, and it was really great. And so, my son went to daycare and we stayed in that group for about 18 months. And honestly, it was like, the times that I would, get up to rush out the door, to drop him off at daycare, to rush into work, to be there for 8 hours, to rush back to get him before daycare closed and come home. It was just like, I just felt like my quality of life was just suffering. And that really made me sad. I enjoyed my work. I really did. I enjoyed my work and I enjoyed the people that I worked with. But I just felt like my family time was like suffering, and my personal time as well, because there was just so much, I was just away from home so much. So continued with that, like I said, for about 18 months. And then when we found out we were pregnant with our second, I just said, I don't see myself continuing to do this kind of rat race, up every morning and trying to scramble out the door, especially with a newborn and a toddler. and dropping them off at daycare and really just working to pay for daycare, really paying for daycare and then some, was my entire salary. So, and all this time with Beachbody, I was still a coach. I was using, mainly for the discount, but I was making a little side income, just helping friends and family, get healthier and use some of the programs and the products, but I wasn't really dialed in, as a business. And so when I made that decision not to go back to work after my second child was born, was when I really just took a good hard look at what do I love? What am I passionate about? I know it's health and fitness, and I know I have to continue to do something in there. And I love Beachbody and these programs and these products, and I believe in them. They've worked for me, and I know they can work for others. And so I just started watching other leaders in the organization and how they were actually building a business, being an entrepreneur, being a CEO. And I told my husband, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to focus on this. This is so me. This is what I want to do. I can see this long term. I can see this successful for our family. And I just want to go all in. So for me, making that decision was the biggest thing. And so often I think in our lives, it's just, we're so scared to just make a decision one way or the other, to say yes or to say no or not right now. And we get hung up on the middle. And that's where we find ourselves just in limbo and kind of like on autopilot and not really making a decision one way or the other, whether it's our health and well-being and wanting to get healthier once and for all, I'm going to go down a different path, or, stay where I'm at. And that's just one example. But so for me, it was making that decision and saying, yes, I'm all in and I'm going to make this work. And so here I am. I'm a full-time stay-at-home mom and I am running this business. But I will tell you, being a stay-at-home mom is a full-time job. So, I'm not just lollygagging around the house all day doing my business and playing with the kids. Kids require full attention. So when my kids aren't up, if they're napping, I might be able to get a little bit of work done, but mainly I'm keeping up with house chores and other things that we all do at home when we're there. But I really dive into my business first thing in the morning and have this productive hour of business. And then in the evening, I kind of catch up on some stuff. And it took me a little while to realize that, this business is, this is not a get rich quick scheme or thing. This is about consistent effort, day in and day out, to create amazing results down the road. And so diving into personal development and great reading has been an amazing thing for me. And that's one very important thing. If you decide to become an entrepreneur, you will hear the importance of continuing to develop yourself. And not even just as an entrepreneur, I think it's tremendous value to all of us to continue developing ourselves. So I just want to encourage you. This business is something that anyone can do. It is a learned business. You will learn the skills that you need to be successful. You bring your A game, and if you're willing to learn and really develop yourself as a person, commit to developing yourself as a person and as a professional, and you show up every day, I will just tell you, amazing things will happen. It takes effort and dedication and discipline and grit and hard work and energy and enthusiasm, but it's amazing. And I love what I do. I love waking up every day feeling like I'm living my passion, I'm living my purpose, and I'm growing a substantial and sustainable business that I can do for the rest of my life. And that's going to really, really benefit my family to live a really amazing life and help us, give back to others and serve in capacities that, we could only imagine. So it's really exciting. And so I just wanted to share my story with you and maybe inspire you to take a look at what something like Team Beachbody could do in your life. So, again, being a coach it's amazing work. It's hard work, but it is fun work. And like I said, anyone can do this. It's a learned business. And as a leader, I'm committed to developing myself, and I'm committed to developing and helping the coaches that are on my team learn as well. So thanks for listening. It's been a pleasure sharing, and I look forward to talking with you soon. Have a great day. Thanks.